Hello, today I'm going to talk about this book that's called Agent Angus, and the author for this book is Denman, and I'm going to read the text back here, and then I'm going to talk about this book. The lie happened, but I've liked Ella for eons, possibly as long as 5 months. In all that time, I never got up the nerve to talk to her. When a stink bomb at school provides Angus with the chance to talk to Ella Eckles, he claims to share her interest in reading facial expressions. He tells her he plans to become a crime-solving mentalist. When Ella's treasured sketchbook is stolen, she asks Angus to find the thief. Angus knows she could confess that he's not a mentalist, but the appeal of becoming Ella's hero is far too strong. Angus decides to teach himself the arts of the mentalist and almost goes mental himself. And now I'm going to talk about this book. The book starts with that. It starts with, what is it called? Angus. He is near Ella, and he talks with her. And they talk about. She talks about her sketchbook and that she's not writing good, painting good with the sketchbook, painting good expressions. So then Angus says he is going to become a mentalist, and it was a boy he called Sketchy Boy. He called Sketchy Boy, and it was him that put in the stink bomb in school. So then he how should I say, the principal the principal taked him somewhere, we don't know where. It didn't say in the book, I think. Somewhere he took the principal took him. So then after a little bit of time, Ella say that her sketchbook gone. That someone robbed it. So then she says if Angus can help him, and then he says okay to that. So then, but he wants to say that he is not a mentalist, but he doesn't, because he wants he has been in love for Ella in 5 months. And he hadn't one time talked to her in one time, and that was the first time he talked to her, I think. It said in the book that, I think, it said in the book that. So then Angus is with his friend that is called Shahid, and Shahid was his best friend because they was in a science, something with science, and they wanted to know about the toilet. They wanted to know about the toilet, and nobody wanted to know about that. So they looked to find they wanted to know about the toilet more and more. So then they became friends, and then so then Shahid and him they are going to find things. But before that, Ella is coming with Shahid and Angus. I'm going to say Agent Angus. No, I think Angus. he is with Ella and Shahid, and they're finding clues in the place it vanished. So then she said that it was a girl near her, and everybody knew about that girl that was near her. So then he thinks that it's her that has stolen her sketchbook. So then their art teacher comes and say to Ella something. I don't know what it is, and I didn't actually. My brain couldn't take that. I didn't know what it was. So I don't know. So then she goes pink, and not Shahid, Angus says that he needs to go with Shahid and find clues. So then she says okay, that she can't come with him. So then they find for clues. The first thing they look for is this girl that Ella talked about that sit near her, that they're trying to find her. So then they look online for like maybe 5 years. We say 5 years. It was actually a day, but we say 5 years. And they found they need spy things. So then they find, at last they find their spy things that they need. And then the next day they go to the store, and they're first into the store to buy something. And then it was a man there dressed. He was almost burping, just burp, burp, burp. So he was loud. He was loud. So then they looked for some glasses that it's a mirror there that you can look back when you look at the mirror. So then how should I say now? So then they need to go to this boy, this man, and then he says that they need I can't say that word somehow. It's like that they're talking to him about something that they need the glasses for. So then he lets them go, and then they go and is going to buy it, but it was a tax for more money. So then he couldn't buy the bus to go in the bus. But then he didn't have enough for the tax. He didn't have enough for the tax. So then he says, if you tell me the whole story and what you actually need these glasses for, I can lower the price to so the tax is gone. So then he says the whole story that he needs to find that happened in the book. So then he lets them go to buy it for $30 something. $30, I think. So then he gives them some that is called lifesaver candy. So then he need to think, so he eat one of them, and he got his least favorite, that was lemon. And then he started to develop his brain to the next part, but it didn't say that in the book. So then he reads some messages about that Ella wrote to him. So then he did it back a little. He said back a little bit. So then he has a suspect that is that girl. So then he goes to find the girl, and then Shahid is have the glasses on, and then she comes there and says, "How much are you going to be in that stand at the wall?" So then he says, "I don't know, maybe 5 years." So then she is innocent. So she is innocent. Thinks how should Angus. Wait, I need to know his name here. Angus. So he knows that she's innocent, and then his next person is the art teacher. So then he goes online about the art teacher, and then he sees that he stole a painting from someone else, and then he sent it to Ella, and then she said for about some minutes she said that it wasn't true, that he needs to read good. He didn't read about that it wasn't true. It was the person that wrote it painted it, said that she don't want to come there and visit it, and so she don't want to give it if somebody laughs at her. That she was afraid of that. So then he thinks and thinks and thinks, and then he has found out who it was. He thinks that he found out. It is that sketchy guy. And then he's going to know his name in the book, but I'm not saying that name. I don't remember. I'm saying Sketchy Boy. So then he's trying to find Sketchy Boy with a Shahid, and then he finds him. So then at last he finds him, and then he goes away from his friend, and then they fight a little bit, and then Shahid says stop. So then they stopped fighting, and they talked to each other about that he's put the stink bomb and like that. They talked, and then he is also innocent. So the teacher is innocent, the girl is innocent, Sketchy Boy is innocent. So then he comes home just, who is it? So then Ella showed him a picture about that someone messaged her. So then he looked where it was, and it was at Ella's house. We say this, here's Ella's house and here is him. It's like he's doing a race. Like 1, 2, 3. He ran super quick to Ella's house and say to Ella that his family needs to go out. And then she laughs at him. And then she says the truth that when Angus said about when Ella said about that she heard Angus say that he's going to be a mentalist. So then she said so she likes Angus. And then Angus says the truth about he's not actually a mentalist, and then he also likes her. So then he goes to Shahid and talks with him about that, and shows him a painting. So then he gets shocked how good it is. So then that was all of this book that's called Agent Angus. and this book, and this is the book's name. It's a little bit off, I see that, but it's alright. And this book was fun, easy to read, interesting, and very good. And my best character for this book was Angus and Shahid. And bye bye.